with today, and I'm super excited to have them on. But let's bring them up. There they are. There they are. Hey, everybody. We'll give you our crowd applause. Right. This is our post-COVID audience. So, Daniel and Nathan.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you guys here.
Thank you.
And
thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I'm excited. And so for some of you that have been listened to us before and to the show 3 years ago.
Spent some time.
Yeah, 3 years, my man. Like Nathan was on our show 3 years ago as a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Right. And now you're an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
That's in college. And but as a 15-year-old, you came on the show, and one of the things that impressed me when you were 15 was the fact that you called when I was running Mark Z's team. You called into the thing and said, "Hey, do you guys do internships?"
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "We had never done an internship." I'm like, I don't know, like, come on in. Like I said, let's sit down and talk and figure some things out. Now, at the time, when you called, I didn't ask how old you were. I didn't ask anything, right? I just said, "Yeah, come on in. We'll let's see what you got." So I remember when you came into the office, and then people came and got me. They're like, "There's some kid here to see you." I'm like, "Some kid? What's going on?" So then you were like, "No, I called you on the phone. I was looking for an internship."
Mm-hmm.
So I just like to refresh people's mind. You were 15 years old. You called me for an internship, and that was 3 years ago.
Yeah. So
where has your journey gone from that to where you are now? Like what's been new in the last 3 years?
Oh, I developed mentally because at that time I was still in the learning stages of just like learning everything about everything, because that's how you start a business. You learn everything about everything, and then you try to find something to solve. And in that time, I was just following the best people in the industries. So I went to supply chain after.
Okay.
And then I went into where did I go? I went to dental, and then I went into rehab, and I went into all these different spaces, learning about everything. And then from there, I really strapped down my boots and started a real business this time.
Okay.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then you guys went to high school together, right?
Yeah, we went to high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how did give me your story? Yeah. How did yours come about? Like, hanging out with this guy, right?
Right. Well, me and Nathan met since like elementary school.
Okay.
And we reconnected back in like high school. But I've always been interested in like tech and computers. And yeah, we just joined forces, starting a new business. I'm kind of like the brains of the operation, you know. I do the coding, and he does the marketing. So yeah, I'm excited.
We're like a double duo that never agrees on anything. But it's a good thing because, well, he's not the best in marketing, but I am. But he's really good in the back end, tech end, and it makes us a good team.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's got to be a Batman and Robin, right? There's got to be a yin and yang. There's got to be two things.
Two sides.
There's got to be two sides, right? It's a heat check, right? It's a heat check. So talk to me about business. Like, what business? You're 18, right? Both of you are 18 years old. You're in college, and started your own business. Talk to me about the business. What's the business?
So Daniel's still pretty new to this. Me, in the 3 years, I started 3 different businesses. First, I started a video company. I kind of was always into social media. I did a lot of marketing with like video editing, social media management, and anything of that sorts. And then after that, I did event planning. It's called Cravings Inc. We got into planning events for the Pistons. We got into planning events for nonprofits, and now we're just launching our platform for organizers. This is like very close to Eventbrite, but we're also offering a lot of free marketing tools and management systems for free while doing the same thing Eventbrite's doing, but just providing the complete service, because we were doing event planning and it was a really big struggle for us because you kind of have to go all over the place to find all the right tools to really set up an event. There's so many things that goes into it, like finding the vendors, making sure they show up, finding the labor for the event, making sure the security, and on this platform that we created, you kind of can get this whole network of everyone in one place, and then you can kind of manage it a lot easier. And then my newest one is with Daniel. It's called Traffic Flow SMS. We went into SMS marketing and kind of took off from a random idea I had for my mom's nail salon. My mom is an entrepreneur, and she just needed help with customer engagement. And I was like, hey, I know someone that knows how to do coding and stuff. So I went to Daniel. And then me and Daniel worked together to make a software for her. And then it just started taking off for my mom, and it's just been doing really well for her. And then I went to a restaurant, provided them with that, made them a landing page, a online menu. And with all that, we kind of created our landing page model where we're creating landing pages for the SMS marketing, and then we kind of just strapped down and took it off from there.
I love it. I love it.
And we're extending our services kind of right now. We're going into more automation as well. But yeah, we've been working with a lot of clients. We've worked with someone that does research at MSU. We've worked with just a few others, and we've just been making them a landing page and helping them acquire clients and marketing towards them.
So our business is still pretty new. We're still trying to work out the kinks and stuff, but obviously, since we're still young, we're still growing as a business. We're still looking into different spaces, but we're just trying to still figure everything out. But our business model of SMS is where we're gonna stay.
I love it. I love it. And so at 18, I was not thinking about starting a business. I was wasn't anywhere in my brain at all. But I love it so much that you guys are thinking, because you're going to school for computer science, right? And then what are you going to school for?
Supply chain.
Mm-hmm. So, the thing that's so cool is you're both doing things different. Like you're not stuck in just this one thing. You know what I mean? Like you have school, which is great. And you'll hear so many people argue back and forth about school, right? Does college make sense, right? Are you learning anything that makes sense? Is it going to help you in the future? And before you throw away, because look, I told you, I have a 20-year-old that's at Alabama, so it's a lot of money. I know how expensive it is. But so I love the idea that you guys are thinking outside the box and not thinking just this one path, right? Like you guys have you're extended past that. How did you get there? Like for you, Daniel, like how did you get to that space of like, I want to do computer science, but then supply chain or SMS, but I guess it all ties together. But you tell me.
I think just like for computer science right now, just experience is key. Even if it means starting a startup, just putting that on your resume even for other companies once you come out of college. But really, I was hoping that this business takes off so I don't have to apply for jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's mostly about the experience and just putting what I know to work in the real world.
Got it.
I mean, honestly, we have the same end goal. It's to not work for someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
To be honest, our goal is to have ownership of our life and not be stuck with deadlines that someone else makes for us. So
man, I love that.
Be your own boss.
Yeah, we would love to get a job and all that, but I feel like at some day you want to have ownership of your own life.
Yeah.
So,
right. I view college as kind of like a safe route.
But we're too young to take the safe.
Yeah, it's
man. This this is for you guys that are on the call, and you guys that are listening later, or anybody that's on the stream, or anybody that listens to the podcast later. Like this is advice from two 18-year-olds, right? And live a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like live a little bit. Like don't be so. We get caught up in the rat race, right? That's what we always call it. We call it the rat race. I don't know how that started. I don't know what the beginning story of that is. But who the heck wants to do that? And for some of us, like I'm 51, so for a lot of my life, I lived the rat race. Like that's just what we did, right? We were supposed to get a job. You were supposed to work 9 to 5. You were punch the clock. You go to the factory. You do your thing. But then it was you. I'm glad you guys are where you're at. Did anything specifically stand out to make you think this way, or like did your mom's an entrepreneur? Right, so that's kind of you've been living in that life. What about you? What about you? Did you something spark you with that, or did it just come to you?
I just don't like being staying put with my life. I want to do something. And just like going along the path that everyone goes kind of isn't enough for me. I want to do something else as well.
Yeah,
and I just want to branch out, do as much as I can.
I mean, for me, it really wasn't my parents. My parents were super against entrepreneurship. They wanted me to get that 9 to 5, like for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and I think around 14, 15 years old, I was like, I do not want to get a job. They're like, you're insane. Because look, I'm coming from an Asian ethnic race, and everyone in that race area and that ethnicity wants safety. They want that secure route, but I don't think it's for me because I just feel like I have like a bigger purpose than that. Instead of like working for someone else, I feel like I want to be the person that creates opportunities.
Yeah.
And be that guy. I don't want to be in that race. So honestly, the real sparking moment for me was when my parents started disagreeing with me. Like when they're like, "Don't do that," and I'm like, "Why?" And then that's where it kind of hit me, and it was like, I have to do it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. For all you parents out there, this is what happens with kids.
We disagree. And we're gonna do the complete opposite.
Oh man, but you see, your mom having success, right? Like you said,
Right.
like there is success there. Now, I will tell you that the reason that your parents don't want you to be an entrepreneur
Because it's hard.
because it's hard,
Very
man.
hard.
Like it's hard. You know, one of the things that I coach agents on a lot, and I live in the real estate space, but one of the things that I coach and train, like you can't fire yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You are your own. You are your own boss. You
You gotta stick it out.
but there's no one holding you accountable.
Right.
And that's what's so impressive about you guys being 18 years old and now starting your third business, you joining him on this third venture, and then building something from nothing because it's hard,
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard. What keeps you guys motivated? What keeps you motivated and moving towards that goal of staying in that space?
I think it's fulfilling, like you said, to build something from nothing really fulfills. Yeah.
For me, it's something a little bit deeper than that. It's about the vision I have in the future of what I want my life to be. Kind of want to wake up with a purpose. I want to wake up with, like I said before, like being that guy, being the guy that gets things done, being the guy that provides opportunity. I always wanted to be that guy. Like that was my purpose. And every time I kind of find myself lacking a little bit, I remind myself this purpose. Like,
Yeah.
if I don't do what I'm supposed to do every day, then that purpose will not come.
Right.
Because the same responsibilities will come when I'm that guy. So.
And like our company is like service based, so we're focused on helping others.
Mm-hmm. So the service and consulting space it's all about purpose and value. If you can't provide it, you're not going to get any clients, sadly. But
Well, that's the space we live in real estate, right? Like that's our real estate space is exactly what you just said, right? If we're not helping people, our job, the clients will ask me all the time, like, or I'll ask them,
do we really need you?
So,
right? Is that what they say?
No, here's a question for you, right? So this just popped up, and she said, Nathan, does she agree with you now?
Sandy, after she saw the success and saw the green, she started agreeing, but I'm not gonna let that. She still sometimes doubts, but I don't take it to heart because I kind of control my own life now because I'm 18.
Yeah.
So I can't really be mad at her, but yes, she does support now.
Somewhat. It's the hard part is, and the hard part is, I think that it's a parent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's protecting. Yeah. And that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah,
right?
I totally understand.
Yeah. So it's hard. It's hard for us to like, okay, go do your thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, but that's what we're supposed to do. But so what's the future? Like so you got 4 years of college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you get done early, and both of you might get done early. I don't have any idea what your schedule is, right? But what's the next plan? They got this business that's rolling now.
Mm-hmm.
So what's next on the platform for what are we building next?
So we're trying to move into AI and automation with SMS. So it's kind of like a combination of right now we're trying to build a nurturing system for service businesses. So like I know a lot of real estate agents need to like collect information on what house they want, how many rooms, how many bathrooms, square footage, budget, and all this information.
Yeah.
And we're trying to build this SMS SMS automation system that can collect all of that for you through text. Because I know a lot of you guys spend a lot of time just texting back and forth to your clients, and
Yeah.
that kind of takes away a lot of time from closing deals and trying to get new clients. Because all your energy should go into closing deals and getting new clients, and it shouldn't really be towards nurturing a client and kind of taking away time from that. So we're trying to build an automation system to kind of free up some tasks for you and save some time for people with real jobs and
Yeah.
real dedication. So
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Same thing with you. What's your,
Yeah, I think our goal is just to build a platform where like business owners can just not have to worry about a certain part of their business. Like as Nathan said, with acquiring clients, just the pure information that you have to handle with them. And if we can get that all organized for people that we work with, it just takes off like 25% of their business load,
yeah.
and they can focus on just acquiring more clients and making more money. So
And realtors have a really hard time focusing.
no, I understand. It's all over the place. You got to close a deal. You gotta
Well,
have a
and
client
87% of us have ADD or ADHD. So,
wow.
but I feel like that's the entrepreneurial space.
Yeah.
I feel like we all have ADD at some point. I don't. Everybody like says ADD. I think we all have it
Mhm.
to some extent. So tell me about you. Like, so where are your parents at with everything? Like, what's going on with that? Like, are they cool because you're in college and that makes sense?
Mhm.
And nervous about the thing or what?
I think they like that I'm branching out into business, but I mean, just everyone views entrepreneurship as like a risk, you know, it's just a small chance that it works. And most people don't go into entrepreneurship because of that. So I think my parents are like okay with me doing entrepreneurship, but they're obviously saying like I need to prioritize school because they view it as the safe route, you know.
Yep.
They see me getting a 9 to 5 after I finish the school, and they view school as being like the main driver for a better job. So they're always like prioritize school, make sure you study before you do the business. So
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's not even safe anymore. I mean, one of your uncles,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like
Like computer science right now, just this hiring sphere is so bad. Like I've heard actually recently there's now pre-internships to internships. So it's just so hard to get a job right now in tech.
and even if you do, like the layoff chance is like ridiculously high now.
Yeah.
If you're getting paid, you're top level, top 20%. There's still like a 30% chance you can get laid off in the next quarter.
Yeah, I've spoken with people that worked for GM and they're just always on the edge about being worried that they're going to get laid off, and they're looking for new jobs, and interviews are like 5 rounds, and it's just a lot of time wasted trying to find for a job that seems impossible to get. So
And there's millions of you doing the same degree.
right, yeah.
You
Too
know,
many now.
Like the competition has gone way up over the past few years. Everyone's doing computer science, so
yeah. Yeah. Now, tell me, coding is still a thing, right?
right.
What does that look like? What is the coding space going to look like with the AI integration? Like, what is that? How does that change?
Right. Everyone is saying that AI is going to take over coding and there's not going to be any coders anymore. I kind of disagree with that. I think a quote that I like using is the calculator didn't replace the mathematician. So I feel like just coding would be utilized differently, and AI would just be a supplement. You know, it'd just be commonplace for coding to be done by AI, but it also depends on the user that's using it. And the better you can use AI, I mean, that's sort of the people that are going to get the jobs. So.
Yeah. Yeah. AI it's a wild space, but look, there's a couple of people I got to introduce you guys to too. I'm going to introduce Robert Courtney. I don't know if Robert's watching right now, but Robert Courtney, you got a marketing guy. If you guys do you guys know Robert Courtney or yet or no? Okay. We'll that. And Phil Stringer is a friend of mine. He's down in North Carolina, but he's like the AI guru. Like that's his jam. Like he's helping people create business and do things with automation and all that stuff. So we're gonna powwow when we're done here. We got some things to do. Yeah, we got some things to do. But so this is the interesting part is, and we've got a lot of agents that are on the line listening right now, and you know everybody that's watching on the live stream. What is one thing? Like if you were to give somebody advice in the entrepreneurial space, if you found 15-year-old Nathan and 15-year-old Daniel 3 years ago, and 15-year-old Nathan calls you and says, I want to be in for an internship, right? Like, or it's same thing with you. Like if somebody calls and I want to do an internship, what would you give your 15-year-old self advice about?
I'd say just don't think, just do it. Don't be stuck in that phase where you're just trying to plan everything out. Just go for it.
That's good.
I just speak from experience on that.
The pressure's on now.
That's pretty good. For me, it was don't be a taker, be a doer. Be someone, like I always say provide value. It's like at this point, it's my brand, provide value.
Yeah.
But like for me, it's never, because back then I always thought for you to get rich, you kind of have to take from other people. But the more I got into it, the more I realized that taking is way harder than just being a genuine person. And I feel like the real life lesson here is be a genuine person that does good things, and then all the success will follow. So
we got some serious drops in this episode. We got some serious drops. The one that stuck in my head is the calculator didn't replace the mathematician, right? Well, the cool one, the one I always think about the calculator is my third grade teacher was like, "You're not going to have a calculator everywhere you go," and I'm like, "Yes, I am." Yes, I am. So. All right, so that's the advice you'd give your 13-year-old self,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Looking ahead, what would you tell your 20-year-old self?
I mean,
Yes,
that's a different situation because now I feel like you have more pressure to make money, and you feel like there's less time. But I think the message is the same. Just go for it. Obviously, you can't be stupid about it and not plan it through and just wing it. But
Yeah.
There has to be a safe route, but if you think you are built for entrepreneurship, you should go for it.
For me, it's just don't lose the desire to win. That's it.
Yeah.
To keep working. That's it.
It's incredible because you guys are young and you have this outlook and this bright shininess in your eyes, and it's awesome because it's one of the things that for some of us older guys was dulled. You know what I mean? Like we were supposed to just go to work and get a job and work in a factory, right? That was what we were supposed to do. And when we didn't do that, our parents were like, my mom and my parents this day still probably really don't know what I do. I mean, they know I'm a real estate agent, right? Mm-hmm. But like all the other stuff, they're kind of, my mom might be watching right now. I don't know. But so it's one of the things that, the first, again, when I first got into real estate and said, I'm going, and I went all in. Left everything, went all into real estate, which is crazy. It's psychopathic, right? Like it's crazy. But the hard part is taking that leap, but having the belief in yourself that I knew I could do it, and advancing through, because I had a purpose, right? I had a purpose. I had a family. I had a mortgage. I had all the bills I had to pay. So I had a purpose to do it, and so that's the thing. You're saying give back and be a service provider and all those things. What's the purpose, right? Like, what's the why? What's the why behind what you're doing? Like, what is that?
Go for it, Nathan.
Me?
You're the moral guy.
Oh, Nathan's the moral one?
No, I definitely agree with that, though. You should definitely give and take.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, like you said, you gotta provide. You gotta get that mortgage. You gotta pay for your kids' insurance and their food, their clothes. You're providing.
Yeah.
Right. And either way, you're still gonna have to provide in this vision that you have. So, I mean, the end goal for me is, it's kind of crazy. I'm not even gonna lie, but I want to move my family to Texas and buy out a neighborhood where we can all be neighbors. I'm not even lying. This is my dream. And if I had that and I paid for everything that they could ever want, then I think I got it,
Let's do it for the loved ones.
Yeah.
It's honestly not even for me. I mean, it's for everyone else.
Well, I know a good realtor that can handle all those transactions. But why Texas? Just
I don't know, because I've been there one time, and like I said this morning, it's freezing outside.
It is freezing outside.
Texas is never like that.
Yeah.
So I always want to be around like warm weather, and like in Texas is more Asian people, so I kind of
Okay.
want to get my family around that.
Sure.
In Michigan, there's really not a lot, but that's why it kind of drives me here. I want to stay here until I make it because kind of not like anyone else here, so it's like kind of gives me that little motivation and fire.
Yeah, I hate the cold as well. But yeah, I'm thinking, but I mean, I feel like Michigan is going to be hard to leave because it's home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will tell you, so I told you guys my oldest son he goes to Alabama.
Mhm.
I don't think he's coming back. The weather's nice, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to deal with snow. If they do get snow, everything shuts down. You don't have to go to class. You know, and then it's gone the next day.
Mhm.
You know, so he doesn't really do it. So I think that weather is the thing. What you guys are saying, like that warm weather. I think is
I need it.
yeah.
I need it.
So it's what's yours? What's your big? Here's what I'm gonna tell you. We call it a BHAG.
BHAG.
It's a big, hairy, audacious goal.
Okay.
All right. So what's your BHAG? What's your big, hairy, audacious goal?
I mean, my BHAG as well, just retiring my parents. I feel like that's just the dream. And for my family, you know, once I get a significant other for my future kids, for my kids, yeah, I feel like it's just for the family, for the loved ones.
Yeah.
Not even for myself.
I think it's kind of like built into like a immigrant's like kind of structure to like take care of your parents like no matter what.
Yeah.
Right. My mom is from Ukraine.
Okay.
And my dad is from Russia. And during like the Soviet Union, my mom said, and she told us this, she would work 5 jobs just for us to have everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what happened. So now I think it's my duty to give back.
Well, funny enough, my mom, she got on a raft during the Vietnam War and just prayed that she would hit land when she went into the ocean. And I think like 2/3 of the people on the raft died. But she luckily somehow stuck through it and hit land in like Argentina or something, super random place.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, just like life happened and somehow she's in the US.
So she ended up in nowhere.
Yeah, she just ends up in Michigan, US, and I don't know. Then she told me like she used to work all these jobs. They came here with like $13, sacrificed almost all their time for me and my brothers and sisters, my cousins, everyone. And they kind of built a life off sacrifice. So for me, it's kind of about giving back to them, like maybe kind of thanking them in a way where I should by providing, like I said, providing back to them. So that's kind of like my life story technically. I mean, that's my mom is also my why. I didn't really say that, but just seeing that sacrifice kind of makes me feel like I owe them something. So
yeah. It's good stuff. This next generation is going to be all right. We're always worried about the next generation, right?
I mean, I am too, to be honest.
Gen X is something else.
Oh, man. They're stuck on their iPads.
Bad kids.
Yeah. So, all right. So, what is for the next generation? What are your concerns for the next generation? I mean, so like, because I am a Gen X, right? I'm Gen X that we grew up drinking water from the hose outside, right? Like that was just the thing we did, right? That's always the claim to fame now. If you watch all the internet videos, right? The Gen X is like, but here's the other thing I will tell you: don't mess with Gen X. Like we're tired now, you know. But so what is the next generation? What's that look like for you guys? Like, what do you think?
What is it called? The next generation? What are they called nowadays?
Is it Gen Z?
No, that's
We're
us.
Gen Z.
You're Gen Z.
It's probably
Gen Alpha, I think.
some crazy
Yeah.
name. Yeah.
I don't know how we came up with this whole
I don't
thing
know.
anyway.
I don't know either.
Yeah, we went from baby boomers to now I don't know what next,
Yeah.
right?
I don't keep track of it.
Yeah.
But my concerns, I mean, I just feel like they're kind of like just using social media too much. I mean, it's kind of cringy to say because like my parents is like, get off your phone, this and that. And I'm sure you guys still say that. But I feel like these kids really need to get off their phones and actually do something. Like a lot of them are not even playing sports anymore. At my high school, my brother's high school, there's like no one playing any sport at all. And that's kind of weird because when when I'm not saying like when, like that was like literally last year.
Yeah.
Like 3 to 2 years ago, like these sports were filled with kids. Now the rosters are like falling to like almost half now. Like now they're struggling to find kids to play.
Yeah.
And I feel like not a lot of kids are going outside and actually doing things anymore.
And the thing you said about social media, I think social media is a problem of its own.
Yeah.
Because like just a lot of things are just like polarizing, you know. There's two sides to everything now, and I don't know, people just have more emotions towards things and we just like grow apart. You
Yeah.
know? A lot of opposition to everything.
No, it's an election year. This is what happens.
Yeah.
Right? Are you guys sick of the political ads yet?
Oh yeah.
So what if you could wave a magic wand, right, and fix something in the world? What would it be?
Dang.
That's a tough question.
I mean, I would say like no more wars.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, it's just like for people to agree,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
find a common
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah, just to agree.
Yeah.
I think that's really good.
That'll put your businesses out of business.
It's for the better.
Yeah. But no, like, and I guess that's one thing. But what would it be? What would it be? What if, again, to fix the next generation? Like, if you guys have concerns about your own generation, you know, waving a magic wand, what would it be? What thing would go away for your generation that would straighten everything out?
Man, we gotta get rid of social media. Like, if I were to be a parent and have a kid right now, I would not give them an iPad or even phone till they're like in 7th or 8th grade. I wouldn't even let them have access to it. I would let them play sports with me, take them out, like actually do things, build things around the house.
I didn't have a phone until like 7th or 8th grade, so.
Right. And now my sister had like a phone at freaking like 6 years old. I'm like, how is this possible?
Right.
Like I had to fight for my phone, and and I was lucky enough to get a hand-me-down.
Yeah.
So I don't know how she has a phone now, but when I raise my kids, the next generation, I'm not gonna let them have access to the internet until a long time.
I gotta give them that tough love.
Yeah. I don't care if your friends have phones and stuff. You're gonna be doing things my way. So.
Man, you guys are tough. You guys are tough, but it is true. But again, then we, and I'm including you guys with me now, but we are not good examples for that because everything we do is on that phone.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
So, and again, I struggle with it because I am 51 and I grew up with no cell phone or no. We used to have to use a payphone, guys. Like we used to have to go put a quarter in and call somebody. You know, and then it was then I got a pager. Man, I don't
know what that is.
Oh man, you don't know what a pager is?
I don't know what that is.
This is a whole other conversation. Yeah. No, a pager was a little thing. It was a little box we used to wear on our belt, right?
Okay.
And someone would call you, and all they would do, all you were seeing was the number. So you had to stop and call that number back.
Okay.
That was it. So it was like
just notified you.
Yeah, just notified me that to call you.
Okay.
So you paged me, right? That's what we always say was you paged me.
No texting?
No, we didn't have a phone. You had to pull over and put a quarter in the phone and call somebody. Right? You had to go find a payphone or stop at somebody's house to go in the house to use the phone because somebody had paged me. Right? And then if it was an emergency, you put 911 at the end. And then if it was a 911, I had to call you back right away. Because that was important then. Right. So had to get the pager out, like go then and call somebody. It was great.
Interesting. It's like we don't have to worry about that now.
No.
We're totally away from it.
No. And then the thing is with where technology is, where do you guys think technology is going to take us?
Oh man.
Are we going down the Terminator route? Like, I mean, is AI and the robots going to take over?
Have you seen the Tesla event that just happened? It happened like a week ago.
Yeah, with the iRobot stuff
Yeah.
that's all happening and all that. Yeah.
It's kind of dystopian. I don't know if I like it. I don't like the path we're going down.
I swear every year we get closer to this where we're like in the movies it's so far away, but every year we're just getting totally closer to it. Because I think now we're talking about like Neuralink.
Yeah.
Putting chips in our brains. And like that was like sci-fi like 5 years ago, but now it's like not too far away. So I mean, it's kind of scary.
I mean, I guess we kind of have like a pessimistic outlook on it. I mean, maybe life is gonna be better with all the AI, but you never know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's scary, right? Like, again, for me being 51,
Mhm.
watching, like I just told you, from a pager to this supercomputer that I carry with me all the time now,
Mhm.
right? And we don't use, we all have iPhones, or we all, if you have the other phone, whatever the other one is,
Mhm.
but we don't use them to their full capacity. These things can do so much more than what we use them for. We barely scratch the surface with them, and that's the amazing part. Now, you guys probably use yours better than I do. I'm like a bull in a china shop. I'll figure it out. Like, I'll bang my head around enough and it'll work.
Mhm.
But you guys were raised on these things.
Yep.
Now that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, I don't know. It's just, I swear, like every year, it's just there's always something new, and it's like moving really quick. And to be honest, like me and Daniel, we're just always trying to innovate and stay up to date, making sure we're providing the best new thing. And that's why we're going to AI. But as much as we are against it, we're still technically for it because now we're integrating it into our business. So it's like we can't be against it because now we're using it. So that'd be kind of
Yeah.
We're staying up to date. So
Well, I think one of the things you said, Daniel, too, was the mathematician was not replaced by the calculator, right?
Yeah.
I think the same thing about AI, right? I think things may change as far as like that's why I asked you about the coding question. Is coding going to look a little bit differently because now I can prompt everything.
Mhm.
So are we going to start learning about how to prompt everything as opposed to coding it?
I mean, I would recommend someone to do that. I feel like that's a business all in its own, just knowing the prompts, how to talk to AI. I think that's just like a skill that you can learn as well.
But then you still gotta like understand the code to actually use it into like.
Right. Because when I was coding for traffic flow, I was using AI sometimes just to supplement, if I have like a bug I'm working out and I'm stuck, I can't figure it out. I ask AI sometimes, but yeah, in order to know what it's trying to tell me, I have to know the code. So yeah,
Just like how you can't do an equation with just a calculator, you had to understand it to actually use the calculator and actually finish it.
You got to know what to put in,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so with AI, so is AI just learning then, or is it?
I mean, I feel like anything is learning. You can learn how to code, you can learn how to use AI, but I feel like as of now, like ChatGPT isn't the best at coding. It's not flawless, so you have to correct it on its own, and for that you need to know how to code. So we're not quite there yet.
Yeah. So if I were to go into ChatGPT today and say code a new program for me,
Right.
it wouldn't be able to do that.
I don't think so. I feel like
I mean,
we're gonna test it.
It could.
it could
could,
give you
but
a good start, but
yeah,
I
a
don't
good
think
start, but it won't give you a finished product.
Right.
You'll run into a bunch of bugs when you're actually using it.
Yeah.
Because I tried it, because I was like, I don't need Daniel. like I was like, I can do this all by myself. Went to ChatGPT, tried to do it myself for like a good week and a half. Yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's not as just putting it in and telling it what to do. Like there's when you're actually using it and actually putting it through a test of a bunch of people, can't do it. You still need to know how to do it.
Like you're learning a lot though. Like I know you've learned a bit of coding.
Yeah,
just
I did
using
learn
AI.
a lot just using AI, but it's
Yeah, and I've learned a lot as well just from building this project, and as well, like again, the experience that you get from doing stuff like this is really important. So
Yeah. Anything you experience doing anything, right?
Right.
And I think the message I think that I want real estate agents to hear, and anybody who's listening to this now or afterwards, is like nothing is smooth and easy, right? Nothing is like, but you guys have persevered and powered through mistakes. Like you said, you just tried to AI the whole thing, and
yeah, no, it does not work. Guys, do not try and don't waste your time.
it will give you some hope.
Yeah, it's some
initially.
hope, but yeah, my hope was hope.
yeah, it's kind of like you're almost here. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely wrong.
Yeah. And so you guys have given a really good message about powering through doing those things and being it. And I want this message for again, anybody who's listening to this now or later to understand that these guys are 18 years old and they are, going to be able to, this is our future. I'm excited about our future. I don't know about everybody else. So we got, remember, Dave said, remember when they called the beeper or the pager a beeper? Yeah, and alphanumeric pagers spawned texting. I spent time space out of college. Yeah, so there was a beeper. So we called it a pager or a beeper because it would beep. So that's
Nice.
that would be a thing. Very synonymous with drug dealers as well. And then we got very impressed with these young men. Yeah, very impressed with young men. So you guys, man, we've got 20 minutes left. And I am excited again to dig deeper into your business. So it's an SMS system.
Mm-hmm.
And so what does it do? Like why if I'm listening right now, and I'm a business owner, I own and I sell sprockets.
Okay.
All right. So I own a sprocket store.
Rocket store?
Sprocket. It's fake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what is
It's a sprocket store.
Okay.
It's fake. Yeah. It's a widget.
Mhm.
So I own a widget store.
Okay.
And I want to sell a lot of widgets.
Okay.
What is your SMS program? And what's the name of it?
Traffic flow.
Traffic flow.
Yeah.
All right. So what is traffic flow going to help me with selling my widgets?
So first, for you to actually sell widgets, you need to know who your customers are. But that's very hard to learn if you're just kind of posting on social media and no one's really commenting. Now you're stuck. You're trying to go to networking events. You're trying to do everything you can just to understand this market if you just start the store. But with traffic flow, we collect the context. We get customer information like their name, phone number. We can do location. We can do anything about Sparkit. So if you're doing widgets for only 65 years old that live in Wayne County that play baseball, you can have an option in there where they can select those things. And then now all of a sudden you have your target market all in your spreadsheet, can directly market to them with a single text. As you guys know, I know a lot of you guys tried email marketing and things of that nature.
Still do. Yeah.
But that open rate is like 3%, 10% after 1 or 2 months. But with SMS, as soon as you text them, it shows up and they read it almost instantly. And that's why I went to the SMS market, into the SMS business, is because it's just a lot more convenient compared towards anything else. So what traffic flow will do for this widget store is get you direct contact with your customers and actually showcase them what you're actually providing.
Yeah, and I think the main selling point is it's all on a Google spreadsheet.
Mhm.
Like there's no new software learned. Like anybody can use this. Like I know a lot of SMS marketing CRMs, they're just so hard for people to figure out.
You got to download it, sign agreements, and then you still got to understand how to set it up, this and that. But with this, you literally just go to Google Sheets. We'll share it with you. You open it, and it's there.
Yeah.
So
Just like,
so anyone can use it. Like anyone, even above the age of 45 that doesn't know how to use a freaking computer, I will show you.
I'm using 2 computers right now. All right.
But
Actually, 3 if you want to count the board, right?
But those that don't, it's super easy to use. Like a brick and mortar that started by, I don't know, a complete random person that never touched a computer before can use this. So it can be almost integrated almost anywhere. And then like I said, we're trying to go into automation where, okay, your customer's like texting you back like, hey, do you guys have this on sale or is this available in stock? We would have the automation say yes or no on if you have an inventory or not. So we're trying to build the system where it can talk back and answer questions without you needing to actually read them.
right,
By
a
just
chat bot.
Yeah, almost a chat bot almost.
Okay.
So, and then everything, obviously, we're trying to make sure everything is recorded for like legal purposes, like, you know, say anything crazy back. You know?
Right.
But yeah, it's for real estate agents. I know, like I said earlier in the stream, it's for like nurturing clients, the automation. But right now, where we're at right now, it's for social media and kind of gathering leads. So whenever you're doing a listing, you can shoot out an SMS to 300 of your leads. Hey, I have this house for listing, and they would read it instantly instead of putting it on an email where you're just hoping that they open it.
Yeah.
With SMS, I guarantee you they will open it and read it. So
Right. I don't check my emails anymore.
yeah, I only check it whenever I expect to see something.
Right.
So, and
when you
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of people are like that too. So
under the age of 45.
no, just anyone, even me. I don't read my emails. I'll be honest.
Yeah, so we got some more. Dave just said these boys have some great qualities of motivation. I would venture to bet they are developed their drive from their parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
That's it. Yeah. And Sandy said SMS automation is awesome. Realtors are getting huge fines for cold email marketing.
Yeah.
And I know texting's got its own thing, and Dave
Fees and
said,
stuff,
Dave said, continue to work hard and be humble.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so the SMS marketing, I think you guys are really onto something, because you're right. Like I'm looking at when this goes off, we all look at it.
Mhm.
It's the first thing we do,
Right. Like just now.
Just
like,
now.
Yeah.
It went off. No, but that is an email that I looked at. But
It's not a good
It's too
example.
much text to read.
yeah, that's what's I had to put it right back down. Because I'm like, I'll read that later. But so an email for realtors is a little different just because we do send offers via email or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think going to the general consumer via text message is different, right?
Mhm.
And now it's just like we talked about earlier with these political ads, right? I got a text message from Donald Trump yesterday. I also got one from Kamala. So like I got text messages from everybody. I got my popular guy.
Mhm.
They're from 313 area numbers, so I don't think they're really real. But
They're probably using the same service.
it's weird,
Yeah.
right? I don't know what they're using, but can I get off of them? That'd be great.
Yeah.
But I feel like this because you guys are right. You're hitting like one of the things that again we talk about all the time is meet people where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And if we know they're on their phone, we know where they are. They're on their phone.
Mm-hmm.
So we're meeting them where they are. And I think, I don't know, I could be just me, but I think the social media thing's kind of overdone.
I agree.
Like everybody's on. Like we're all trying to do the same thing, and we're all trying to figure out some algorithm that some nerd at Facebook figured out that we're trying to figure out to do a thing, and then they block it and change it and do whatever. Texting and emailing just is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Our texting is a thing, and email is tough.
Mm-hmm.
We do have, we have CRMs, we have all the things that we do, but the easy part about your business is it's easy to use.
Super easy, nothing to download. And that's
Yeah.
why we try to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
So it can appeal to the most amount of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like you said with social media social media being overdone, I feel like at this point, these companies are switching they're switching away from like consumers and more into like advertising.
Mhm.
I swear every three posts I get a new advertisement. Or like whenever I'm
Yeah.
on YouTube, I can't even skip these ads anymore. I gotta watch a minute of it.
Right.
Back then it was only 5 seconds and I'm totally gone.
Yeah.
But now I feel like when you post on social media, I give it like 10% chance it's gonna show up on your consumers or your followers page. So it's almost a gamble there too now, because now there's so much content going out.
You're right.
And I feel like people just have a negative outlook on ads now. Like on YouTube, when I get an ad, I'm not focused on the product they're trying to sell me.
Yeah.
I'm just focused on getting
Skipping.
it over with.
Yeah, skipping it. So
Yeah. Well, the human brain, we have about 8 seconds to capture their attention.
Mhm.
That's about it.
Mhm.
And if you don't capture attention in the first 8 seconds, it's a skip. That's what happens. If that ad doesn't instantly pull you in,
Mhm. It's a waste.
it's a waste.
Mhm.
And it's hard because now what do we look, again, what's our target? What are we looking at? There's so many things that go into this. I was just in a mastermind yesterday where we talked about this human brain of 8 seconds, and So we do, it's all right. So here's the thing. What's better for you guys thinking about YouTube? Is it long form video or is it short form? What are your thoughts on that?
It's funny because we were just dissing short form with like kind of wasting your day away with these little kids on like TikTok and stuff, but definitely short form because I don't think anyone now watches a 30-minute YouTube video like they did back then. So almost like you said, meet them where they're at. And where they're at right now is short form. So you kind of you have to post short form videos only now.
Yes.
But then even like when you're posting ads on short form, I feel like you have to grab their attention even sooner.
Yeah.
I see people on TikTok, they don't even look at the video. They just like keep scrolling until they find something that captures their attention within like a second.
It's ridiculous. I don't think it's 8 seconds anymore. I think it's like a second.
Hey, it could be right. Yeah, you could be. I mean, it could be 3, right?
Yeah.
Because if I look at it, and I think you're right. I think one of the things is when we look at it, right? If we pull if I'm going through TikTok, because I have TikTok too.
Mm-hmm.
But so as I'm going through TikTok, and look, all my friends, I got friends that say, "Well, I don't do this social media thing." I'm like, then stop sending me TikTok videos. Like, get off TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, he's just on there to watch them. He's not on there to do anything with it. He just wants to watch the videos. But I think that, is it the words that are on there that are attractive, or is it the actual like, is it the is it the colors in the things, or is it the actual, like, is it a shark going by, right? Like, is it like, what's gonna draw me in?
I feel like it's the first 3 words that the person says, if it's a person. Or like that's some sort of action, but I feel like it's always about words and sounds. The first 3 seconds, I would say, is more important than the next 5 because those 3 seconds kind of lead you into what the rest of the video will be about. So, like Daniel said, people just scroll until they see or read something that they would be interested in.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the same thing.
It's a mix of both, but I feel like people don't even read text anymore, unless it draws them in.
The text on the video.
You kind of have to scream the words out for them to stop, which is like, I feel like it gets annoying when everyone does it.
People use like keywords like viral or new or insane.
Yeah.
I feel like it's about adjectives as well. So yeah, it's a mix of both.
But I feel like everyone's doing it now. So like, does it really? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you just gotta be different. Yeah. You guys just gotta be different.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to be a TikTok millionaire. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, how do I do that? One of the guys that I do watch, I can't remember his name now, but he goes around and says, hey, you have a second, like, and he interviews, millionaires.
I've seen that guy.
You've seen him, yeah. And he's like, what took you from 7 figures to 8 figures, and like, what's the most money you ever made in a year? And gives people to tell him everything, and it's because now he's going to people like, oh, I saw your videos, and it's, I'm like, how the heck does this guy, like, is this all he does?
Yeah, I think he sells a course.
No.
Well, they all sell a course now, because then it's like, well, you want to know what I do? Here's the course.
Yeah.
So, and here's the question for you guys: why would somebody like that, who's been successful with what he's doing, why would he teach other people to do it?
I mean,
one, he's getting paid.
Right.
They're paying for the course, so that's one reason. But why would he give all that away?
Well, I feel like people won't give it away for free, but when there's money involved, I feel like
people will do anything. I feel like people will do anything for money. But I think the whole purpose of it is because a lot of them, they don't really give it away for free. They give it away where you have to subscribe to them or work with them. Like this guy we were watching for like a little while, for you, when he would say, come work with me, and he'll show you how to do something. For you to actually do it, you need to spend $200 a month with him on a software that he owns. So he's kind of like helping you use his software. So he's not really giving it away for free, or just kind of.
He's kind of teaching the material for free, but you have to buy his software to be able to use the material that he teaches.
Yeah, so he's not really just giving it away. It's at the end all for the money for himself.
Yeah, he paints the image as if like he's giving it away for free, like all this knowledge, but there's still money involved.
Yeah. Here's my moment to teach you guys something. You know why people give stuff away? Like, I can go and give you tons of business information.
Mm-hmm.
Now, YouTube might be the exception to the rule.
But they won't actually do it.
They won't actually do it.
Yeah, I know.
They won't actually do it. I can give you everything. I can give you the blueprint, give you the roadmap. I can point you in the right direction, put everything out there. I mean, I do this, right? Like, so I'll get up and speak in front of a crowd, give them, a business plan, right? Here's how I did my business. Here's exactly what I did. Here is the exact thing. And I can give it away. It's not going to affect my business. It's not going to do that. And I say that because we have agents on, and we do this a lot, and especially in our industry, we have a lot of mastermind groups, and we have a lot of meetings, and we have all these seminars that we get to go to, and we learn, and people are up there just spilling everything out. And people spill all this out because they know most people aren't going to do anything with it. And then what happens when we go to so we have a big event and we give all this away, and then the people that are sitting there go home and they take all, and they're trying to do all of it. So it's like sand running through their fingers. They can't do all of the things. You got to pick out like one or two of the things that will work for you and that you will actually do. Right. And you can't say, I can't. So let's say, for instance, for both of you in your business that you're doing, I can't say, oh man, I want to build a company that does SMS, right? Like
you can't just do that.
I can't just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't just do it. I'm not going to do it right. I'm not going to market it correctly. And then I'm going to give up and I'm not going to do it. And you could tell me exactly how to do it and give me the blueprint, and I'm still going to fumble it because I'm not you guys, right? And nobody else is either. Now, it may resonate with someone, and someone may pick it up, but it's like 1%.
So like there's less competition than it seems.
Yeah. You get really good at, that's the thing. This is one thing I learned from somebody too. You get really good at fixing people's problems, right? When you get really good at fixing a problem, it's all good from there. Like if you can solve something before it even happens, kind of like you do with this SMS thing, right? Like you're solving a problem before somebody even knows it's a problem. People will pay you an exorbitant amount of money for that. You know what I mean? Like they'll pay you a lot of money for that piece. So that's right. That's my advice: is stay fixing problems, and if you can fix it before it actually happens, even better. Even better. So that's my advice to you guys. You guys have given me advice all day. Yeah, and I've met with heads of companies, and it's one thing Dan Gilbert from Quicken said. To get into a space, fix something before it actually is a problem, or solve a problem that somebody's having, and all of a sudden they'll pay you whatever for it because they just want it. They want that problem solved, right? We run away from pain. So when that pain starts to happen in our business or in our life or whatever, if we can find a solve for it, we'll pay whatever for it because we want that pain to go away, right? And we run to pleasure, we run away from pain. So again, and on that note, if I run to pleasure, if you've already fixed this problem and it's just running smooth, like I'm heading your way,
right?
Because now you're good. So that's my advice to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll take note.
What is one thing that you guys are going to leave everybody with today? Drop some knowledge on everybody. And what is one knowledge bomb that you guys are going to leave with everybody today?
Go first.
Gotta think hard. Be genuine, be kind, do good things, and I would say everything will just work out.
Be genuine, be kind, and do good things. Pressure's on.
Huh?
Pressure's on.
I guess be persistent. If you're consistent enough, you might get lucky one day. Got to take your chances.
Persistent and consistent. I love it. Well, thanks guys so much. Where can we find you guys? Social media, Instagram, where at?
We have a website.
Yeah.
Trafficflowsms.com.
Trafficflowsms.com. I'll put that in the links too. But trafficflowsms.com is where you're going to find these guys. Man, the future is bright, guys. I'm excited. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Hope you guys got everything today. See you next Friday on the Elite Real Estate Podcast.